Basic Math, Chapter 7, Section 8. Changing fractions to mixed numbers. A proper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is smaller than its denominator, like 1 over 2. That's a proper fraction. An improper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is larger or equal to its denominator. 8 over 3 is an improper fraction. And now a mixed number is a whole number and a fraction, like 2 and 2/3 is a mixed number. You can change an improper fraction to a mixed number. So we've got 8/3. So if everything is cut into thirds, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those thirds. But really, what we have is this whole circle, all 3 of these thirds are filled in. All 3 of these thirds are filled in. So we have 2 whole circles. So there is 2. And this last circle only has 2 out of the 3 thirds. So that's the fraction 2/3. So to change an improper fraction to a mixed number, you can divide the numerator by the denominator. And that's what example 1 shows us. Change 8 over 3 to a mixed number. Instead of counting the picture or making a picture, we can do the first step of dividing the numerator by the denominator. Remember, the numerator is on top, so it goes in the shop. 8's on top, it goes in the shop in the division box. The denominator is the number on bottom. It's doing the dividing, so it's outside of the box. So 8 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So there's 2 out of the 3 parts remaining. We can fit 2 whole 3's into 8 with 2 out of 3 parts left over. So the remainder is the fraction, because that's what's left over. 2 and 2/3. The fraction 8 over 3 is the mixed number 2 and 2/3. Sometimes the fraction part of the mixed number needs to be reduced to lowest terms as well, because you should always put your fractions in lowest terms. So let's look at changing 28 over 8 to a mixed number. Step 1 is the same. The number on top goes in the shop. Divide the numerator by the denominator. So the 28's on top, it goes in the shop. The 8 is on bottom, it is the denominator. It's doing the dividing. So how many 8's go into 28? 3 whole 8's, and that is 24. 28 minus 24 leaves us with 4 out of the original 8 parts, because that's what the denominator was. We had things cut into 8 sections or 8 parts, so we had 4 out of 8 left over. So step 2 is to write the remainder as the fraction, so 3 and 4/8. Step 3 is to reduce that fraction part to lowest terms. 4/8 can be divided by 4, 8 can be divided by 4, so it is reduced to 1/2. The fraction 28 over 8 is the mixed number 3.5. Sometimes an improper fraction can be written as a whole number. 15 over 3. The number on top goes in the shop. The number on bottom does the dividing. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, because 5 times 3 is 15. So 15 over 3 equals 5. Practice. Change each fraction to a mixed number or a whole number. So if there's some remainder, then you have a mixed number. If there's no remainder, then you just write the whole number, the number. So let's look at number 1. The number on top goes in the shop. The number on bottom does the dividing. So I can fit 119, I can fit 9 into 17. And we're going to get 8 left over. So we have 1 whole with 8 ninths left over. I have to write bigger because it's hard to write with the mouse. Number 2, 8 fifths. 8 goes in the shop. 5 does the dividing. We can fit 1 5 into 8, and we get 3 left over. I'll make the 1 bigger. 1 whole 5 with 3 out of 5 left over. Number 3. The number on top goes in the shop. The number on bottom does the dividing. 3 can go into 10 3 times, because 3 times 3 is 9, with 1 left over. So 3 whole and 1/3, third left over. Number 4, the number on top goes in the shop, and 8 does the dividing. 2 whole 8ths go into 16 with no remainder, so the answer is 2. Number 5, the number on top goes in the shop. 3 does the dividing. We can fit 6 whole 3s into 18, because 6 times 3 is 18. There's no remainder, so there's no fraction. The answer is just 6. So that's how we could work out changing improper fractions to either mixed numbers or whole numbers. So please practice in your workbook for Chapter 7, Section 8. Let me know if you have questions and we can go over some more of these examples. All right, thank you very much.